What's up, everybody? Stock Catcher here. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. This month has been insane, right? The first week of January, we had multiple runners going close to 1,000%. SPHL actually went to 1,000%. And then this week, there was also massive runners. We had 300% runners, 200% runners. And then yesterday, we had a massive after hours push, BNAI. BNAI went over 1,700% from the 350, 370 area. This was where I first mentioned it this was like 10 days ago, right? So this was a multi-day setup. I believe I mentioned it as well. Because when you talk about multi-day setup, right, that's when a stock makes a big move up and then it continues higher and higher in the coming sessions. This was just like Nova Bay, remember NBY, as well as SMX. And these type of stocks, you could seriously drastically grow your account in a short period of time if you find the setup, right? So I do my best to share these trade ideas as early as possible. So if you're not part of the team, I highly recommend you subscribe to the YouTube channel and become a YouTube member, right? I do live stream 12 hours a day. There's now voice scanners, there's great tools, and as well as the community is growing really quickly. We're going towards 1,000 members. A lot of people on the team I see doing really good, even when the market is slow or choppy for trading, which is really surprising. I'm seeing people making crazy returns. And just imagine when the market gets hot again, like the first week of January, we're seeing 1,000% runners. I think that, my team is going to do really, really well. So first stock for the video is Move. So the thing about Move is that this is a really low float stock, right? I believe this is under 1 million float. If a stock has under 1 million float, you really have to pay attention because it could get really quick, thin action, right? What that means is that these stocks could run several dollars a share up in a short period of time. If you look at Move stock, their company, they develop wearable health tech devices, as well as they also have an angle where it's about heart rate, respiration, sleep, and women-specific health metrics if you're talking about their tech platforms in regards to biometric monitoring, right? So Move stock, this is a stock that also potential key catalyst could be clinical progress or FDA regulatory update regarding their health measurement and glucose monitoring feature, right? So this is actually really strong sector in my opinion. So keep an eye on Move. It really has to break that 17 level, that $17 level as well. So yeah, look for that $15 support and the $17 break, right? So next stock, BNAI. So this one is the big runner. I think this stock opened the gates for the last week of January. Remember I said in the live stream that usually towards the end of the month you see massive runners. Remember SMX end of November, 8,000% runner. We saw Beyond Meat October, 1,400% runner. December, same as well. January, last week of January, guys. I think that there's going to be a lot of good runners this week, especially considering BNI open the gates for volume inflow, right? So BNI, this one that's interesting is that it's kind of the AI angle. If you talk about their AI agents across enterprise workflows and customer engagement. I'm also looking at potential key catalysts and rollouts of AI platforms in new industry as well. So BNI, this one I'm going to be watching close for potential new highs. You got to watch in pre-market. I think pre-market Monday is going to be a lot of action. So I might get up a little earlier, but for now, I'm going to be adding this to my watch list, right? So next stock, QCLS. QCLS, this is another stock that we've been on top of very early. Remember, this was like $2 or $3 a month ago or 2 months ago. And if you look at QCLS, this stock used to be TNFA, right? So now they're pretty much quantum class computing company with exclusive rights to Light-Solver's laser processing unit, right? Technology. So this is aimed for blockchain and computing applications, high performance computing application. Some potential key catalysts could be development milestones or commercial deployments of their photonic computing units, right? I'm looking at QCLS. This stock is also trending really a lot on social media. Usually when a stock is trending, plus it has a technical setup, this could end up gapping up, I think, Monday, right? So next stock, YYAI. So YYAI, this is another setup I think could gap up in the Monday. If you look at this stock, they're positioned in Web3, real-world asset tokenization. RWA, they're focusing on launching a tokenized asset exchange. This stock recently did a 1-for-50 reverse split to meet NASDAQ's minimum price requirement. So if you look at YYAI, what's really nice about this stock also is that it fits that theme, right? It fits that theme of BNAI, YYAI. I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's true. If you've been trading a while, you know that there were many times where remember that time period, like just based off of the name, like dog Z, wolf, pet. they're just gapping up, side by side, right? So if you look at YYAI, they have potential key catalysts if you talk about their successful commercialization and user adoption of its AirWalk exchange and tokenized asset offering. Next stock, another one going off of that, is STAI. So STAI, this one, same situation. STAI developed advanced AI-powered CT imaging and screening technology for pretty much critical infrastructure and security checkpoints. This stock also has potential key catalysts. We talk about their partnership for security system. Another one to really keep a close eye on, guys. If BNI has interest in action in the pre-market, you're going to see these sympathies start to move, right? So next stock, CXAI. So CXAI, this was a former big runner. So you talk about CXAI, they target a large TAM in smart enterprise operations and agenting AI deployments. This one, CXAI, this was a former big runner as well. Keep an eye on this one. Next one, GFAI. GFAI, same situation. AI play this stock as strategic security contract, potential key catalyst, as well as licensing or regulatory approvals for security-focused AI. GFAI, another one. If you look at the daily chart, it has that set up. Next stock, ARAI. This is another sympathy. ARAI develop autonomous delivery infrastructure as well as smart mailboxes. This is pretty much to support last mile autonomous logistics. So ARAI, this one I'm looking at right now, the technical on this looks really possible for a gap up in the Monday, in my opinion, right? So there's so many stocks that I'm mentioning in this video that you have to add to your watch list right now, guys. I'm telling you, Monday morning, I think there's going to be a lot of gappers. I'm talking in the pre-market specifically. And if you don't have access to pre-market trading, you're really setting yourself back for day trading. So I highly recommend join MooMoo. MooMoo is a great free platform. We both get free NVIDIA stock as well as potential cash rewards, link in the description if you don't have a pre-market access, right? Next stock is GameStop. So GameStop, this is another stock that's been trending a lot on social media, like QCLS. I pay attention to social media trending because this is actually a valid strategy as well. Once you see stocks with a lot of trending, a lot of people talking about a lot of a volume increase, you tend to see price action following through, right? So I'm looking at GameStop right now. I did make videos on this already. I recommend you check it out. This stock, the potential key catalyst, if you talk about their new product platform initiatives. Again, I said digital collectives as well as their loyalty ecosystem. If you talk about GameStop, there's a lot of people who are even shareholders or people that just support GameStop in general. This stock company has been trending on news as well for a really long period of time. GameStop is a legacy video game retailer. So they're pretty much undergoing transformation towards digital, which is a really smart business move, in my opinion, considering they also have a high cash position. So GameStop is entering digital infrastructure. Digital commerce as well as the web-based ecosystem as well as collectibles. I remember that time period NFT as well, but I'm not going to go into that in this video, right? So next stock, OPTT. OPTT, Ocean Power Technology. This is a stock that, again, this has been trending on social media. I believe this is the first time I'm talking about it on video, but I did mention this on Stock Twitch, right? So OPTT, this is a stock that develops renewable ocean wave energy converters and related marine energy system. So potential key catalyst, if you look at OPTT, it could be government, utility, renewable energy incentives, right? So if you remember what I said earlier in the year, right? These energy plays are going to be really strong, in my opinion, this year. It's only January. Considering all these stocks are also beat down as well. Think about it. They're pretty much right near the daily level lows. And then if you add catalyst potential on top of that with sector momentum, remember all the space stocks, remember the critical minerals, so energy plays you have to keep an eye on, guys. Next one, GXAI. So GXAI, same situation as the other ones. Remember I talked about ARAI, CXAI. There's so many of them, right? So you have to add them out to your watch list, in my opinion, if you really want to capitalize, right? So next stock, EVAX. So EVAX, this one is not in that basket, the AI basket, but the reason I'm mentioning it is because EVAX, if you look at the structure, it's really tight. It's looking really tight on the longer time frame. This is also a really thin name. Also, if you look at their clinical stage, it's pretty much a biotech leveraging AI to develop immunotherapy. So this is another strong sector. If you remember what I said just a week ago, this biosector is going to get really, really hot. Springtime, you're looking at AACR, you're looking at biotech conferences, you're looking at pipeline updates, you're looking at, remember I mentioned SLS as well. You have to pay attention to these like ALT. Bio stocks are starting to ramp All right, so next stock, SVRE. SVRE, this is a real estate play. I believe this is the first time I'm mentioning in the video. This stock actually hit my scanners multiple times yesterday, and then I was watching after hours. It's had very interesting volume. If you look at SVRE, their potential key catalyst could be REIT dividend announcements, as well as same property net operating income and occupancy rate improvements. SVRE is a real estate investment trust focused on senior living properties. This is typically generating rental and property operating income, right? So SVRE, I'm going to be watching this one. Next one, TMC. So TMC, you already know, guys, I made so many videos on this since like $3 or around there. It was really low. And then TMC, just a massive move. I'm happy for everybody that owns TMC. It's a really strong sector. You have to pay attention to CRML, all these USAR, UAMY. There's a lot of them. There's like 20 of them, but I can't make this video too long, right? So TMC, if you look at how it's setting up, I think that the stock is still looking really strong. I believe I had many people mention that the price target on this stock was over $10. I'm going to be watching that $10 psychological break as well for possible continuation, right? Speaking about strong sectors, SIDU is another one you have to watch. Space sector. SIDU provides satellite manufacturing, mission operations, and space data solution across defense and commercial applications. So SIDU, again, this is a multi-day setup similar to BNAI. There's a lot of stocks that have these type of looks on the daily chart. You have to pay attention for key resistance pivots, as well as you also have to pay attention to volume flow, right? So SIDU, this is another one I'm going to be watching. Next one, WHLR. WHLR, this is a retail REIT type of play, right? So this one, again, same situation as EVAX. This one doesn't really fit the theme like AI, the BNAI, as well as that theme I was talking about in this video. But again, same situation as EVAX or WHLR. Another very thin name with good float. On top of that, trending on social media. I'm also seeing extended time frame daily setup. Again, this stock could also make a nice gap up as well, right? So next one, these plays are for the storm. Remember I talked about a few days ago, there's gonna be a big storm the coming days, and you gotta pay attention to these stocks. Raya, PPSI, Pola. These stocks fit that theme. I don't know for sure if this is going to cause a gap up in these themes, because this is not the same time as during 2020. Remember 2020, I said in that video that these type of plays whenever there's a storm or a hurricane, you saw multi-dollar gap ups. But times have changed. I've noticed also the algo action has changed. I also noticed, a lot more volume has dried up in terms of liquidity. So to be 100% honest, I don't think that they're going to gap up multiple dollars, but you could see nice trend if they don't have news. But if they have news, then this could be really nice moves, right? But if they don't have news, then I do think that these stocks could still make a nice trend up. But then in terms of just a gap up, I don't think it's possible, right? But we're going to have to see the price action on it, right? We're going to have to see the price action and then see what happens, right? So if you made it to the end of the video, guys, I appreciate if you liked the video. I think that this week is going to be the strongest week of January. Hopefully, the first week is going to be hard to beat. We had EVTV 950%, SPHL 1000%, a Roller 850%, a VRO 805%, CJMB. I could go on and on, but I don't think. We'll see what happens this week. Hopefully, there's another 1000+% runner. But yeah, I'm going to be seeing you guys Monday morning in the pre-market. Have a great weekend and stay safe, guys. Have a great weekend.